Welcome to another episode of Class Haven Farms. So what do we got going on today? Well, today we need to go into the house and take care of our Cornish cross baby chicks that just came in at the beginning of this week. After that, we're going to go down to the old tractor path and we are going to move the goats up further on the path because they're ready to be moved. And if you're interested, we will be doing a contest to give away this 1 pound bag of Grub Terra black soldier fly larvae. So if that's something you would be interested in, make sure you stay all the way through to the end so you can learn how you could win that 1 pound bag. So if this is your first time here at the channel, welcome. My name is Andy and this is Class Haven Farms. So what we have here are our Cornish cross baby chicks that we raise for meat. So what I'm doing this morning is I'm going to put some fresh bedding down. I'm going to give them some more food. And it looks like their water is good. But just get these guys taken care of and make sure that they're good. So if you've never raised Cornish cross chicks before, what I normally do with mine is they will be raised here in the brooder for about 3 weeks. And then after that, we will move them out into the chicken tractor, out into fresh grass. Now, last year, if you followed me, when we raised these guys, I kept them close to the house, mainly because I wasn't quite sure how my predator issues were going to be. So I wanted to keep them somewhat close to the house so I was able to get to them. Those of you that have been following me for a long time, you know that my bottom pasture field is quite a ways away from the house. So I just didn't want to take a chance. And we had a lot of foxes. We've definitely had some more coyotes coming up. So I think the game plan is, as some of you know, we work with the Vevor company, and they have the electrified poultry netting, much like Premier One. So I think I'm going to try out a section of their fencing just to see what the difference is. It's definitely a lot cheaper than the Premier One stuff. Now, the Premier One stuff I've had for a number of years with my egg layers and with my goats. And I've had really, really good success. I've never lost any chickens or goats to any type of predator issues. But they are pretty pricey. So we're going to try the Vevor company. So I figure we're an affiliate with them. We'll try it out and give you guys kind of an honest review about it. And if it's something that you'd be interested in, if it turns out to be a good product, then that could be a win-win for everybody. So I'll go ahead and put you guys on a time lapse and throw some fresh bedding down so these guys aren't just running around on top of their poop. It's always funny when you put fresh bedding down. It's like these guys come to life. So I put fresh bedding down in the morning and the afternoon, especially because I am currently keeping these guys down in my basement right now. The eventual game plan is to move them out into the block building that was out here when I first bought this place. But right now, that's just been storage for all my tools and stuff. I still have a shed that is down at my sister's house. So as some of you know, recently divorced single dad. And there for a while, I had to move into my camper in my sister's backyard. So a lot of my tools and things like that got moved into a shed that I had. So the shed's still down there. The game plan is to get that moved up here. But as most of you know, the biggest problem is time, having time to be able to do all that. But I would eventually like to do all my brooding in that block shed. And then in the wintertime, that will be our winter coop for our egg layers. So now that these guys are taken care of, they have fresh food, they got water, they got fresh bedding, we are going to go ahead and go down to the goats and start getting them moved on a fresh salad bar. All right, so the game plan is, show you guys what we got going on here. So the kids and I moved the goats last weekend down to here. Now, all of this looked like this last weekend, right? And if those of you that have been following me for a long time, this is the tractor path that runs all the way down to my bottom pasture. So what I've been using is having the goats to come through here and eat all this underbrush. And Chicken Whisperer and I have been knocking some of these small saplings down as we go through to try to widen this thing out and open it up, because this used to be the old man that used to own this property prior to me used to use this to take his 40 John Deere to go down here and cut this field. Well, it had been so overgrown over the years that it was hard, especially even with my tractor with the cab over it on the 790, was hard to kind of get equipment through here. So I'm luckily, my neighbors are cool and they let me come in on their corner of the property to get down to my field. But it would be nice to just have my own path to be able to get down there. So that's the game plan. We are going to move these guys through here and then keep moving them as we've been doing up here towards the old block building that will eventually be the brooder shed and the winter egg laying house. Keep moving the goats in here, and then down here where I do my compost pile, it's another steep hill that is really hard for me to cut with the zero turn. So after I get the goats through all of this, we're going to start moving them on this side and start working them all the way up and around here. And I don't know if you can see it, but that is my grease pit that was here when I bought the place. It is a cinder block wall built into the hillside, and you drive your vehicle over the top and change your oil on it. That's old school stuff there, buddy. So that was here when I bought the place, and that's what they used it for, was changing oil for everybody on the street that lived here. Would always come here, and the old man that lived here would change everybody's oil and take care of their vehicles. So we will just continue to moving the goats on this path. And yeah, EV lawnmowers, man, they will burn it up. All right, so before I start moving the goats, what I'm doing now is just picking up, we had an old holly tree that was in that section that I just moved the goats onto last weekend. So when the Chicken Whisperer was with me, he was giving me a hand. We had to cut this holly tree down. I just went ahead and bucked it up for firewood. Holly leaves aren't very good for your goats. They got those prickly leaves, so I don't like for my goats to eat them, because then they can get in their stomach and kind of upset and tear up their stomach. So I always try to go ahead and make sure there's nothing that is harmful for them where I'm going to move them. So if it is, I make sure I cut that stuff out and get it out. And I figure what better way to use it for firewood. So figure I'll touch on this product real quick. So I talked about it in the beginning, the Grub Terra Black Soldier Fly Larva. As some of you know, we've been teamed up with Grub Terra for a number of years. And they sent me out another 1 pound bag. I thought maybe I would give this away, just like I did a couple episodes ago, to one of my viewers. I am set up on their subscription, so I get 2 5 pound bags every couple months sent to me. So I already have plenty of them. I just figured I would give this out to you guys so you can try it for yourself. So the Grub Terra Black Soldier Fly Larva is basically mealworms, and it's a treat for your chickens. Not only can you use it for your chickens, if you have pet fish, you can use it for them, birds, reptiles. I use them for chickens. That's what I've always used them for. What I've noticed by using this product is, one, my girls like these way more than traditional mealworms. It helps with eggshells and strengthening eggshells, and it also helps with bringing their feathers back, especially during molting season. I've also used these with our Cornish Cross chicks. So the batch that I did last year, I was putting some of this in there, and they really seem to like it, and it's got a high protein value to it. So that was another reason why I gave it to the birds. If you are interested in products from Grub Terra, as I said, they have the Black Soldier Fly Larva. They also have dog treats and things like that. So I would like to team up with them, and with Lily and Ruby, maybe get some dog treats and try those out and kind of give you guys my honest opinion on it. But if you would like to make a purchase from the Grub Terra company, there is a link down in our description. So if you could click that link, it really helps us out. We'd really, really appreciate it. But I've been using these for almost 4 years now, and I've been very happy with them. So go to their website, grubterra.com. Like I said, link down in the description. Make sure you click the link, try them out, or stay tuned and follow all the way through and learn how you can win this bag. Now let's get these goats moved so they can get on a fresh salad bar. I will say, I like this Premier One fencing, but some of the drawbacks when you are using it, putting it up in the woods like I am here, you run into the problems of tree roots being in the ground, so you have to move your spike around so you can find a good contact to get it in the ground. And I don't know about you guys, anybody that has this stuff, but I'm pretty sure this netting is a magnet to sticks and anything that could just grab it. Like, I'm pretty sure that even in an open field, somehow you're going to find a stick when you're putting this stuff up and it just gets tangled up. One of the other biggest things that I've noticed with this netting is definitely a lot easier to put up if you have at least one more person with you. It is a lot easier to set it up. So what I try to do, show you this line that I've created, and it's not perfect. I don't spend a whole lot of time on it trying to make it perfect because it's only going to be here for as long as it takes these guys to chew this down. So what I try to do is I try to lay it out as best as I can and unravel it. I don't know about you guys, but I have found that no matter how careful I am at taking this fencing down and storing it for when I'm going to put it up again, somehow it just gets knotted up. Really, really good at knotting this stuff up. But again, it is nice. It gives you the ability to be able to do what I'm doing. I don't have to worry about using equipment and getting equipment back here. Now I could trim some of this stuff down so that it's not touching on the wire, but to be perfectly honest with you, as much as I'm moving this right now, I'm really not too worried about it touching the ground and shorten out, because if I need to, I just swap the battery around. To me, it's just easier to swap the battery around if this thing gets low than it is to spend the time with a weed eater out here trimming every little possible thing up that could short the fence out, because the whole point of me doing this is because I don't want to be spending time doing that. Plus, this gives the goats the ability to have something to eat so that I'm not having to use up as much hay. Now in the wintertime, I use a lot of hay because I move these guys once every 4 weeks in the wintertime because your vegetation slows down, and I try to keep them a little bit more in areas where it's easier for me to get to take care of them in case their water bowls start freezing and things like that. Where in the summertime, I can put them on these back stretch in the outskirts of the property, and it's not that big of a deal. So we are almost done with this strand of fencing. Then I will get the next fence. It should go just on the other side of that tree there. And then we'll wrap it around, run it to the existing fence. And then once I run it to the existing fence, I will open this up, let them in, go down, hook the tractor up to the goat wagon, and pull that thing probably right around in this area here. All right, so I think we are going to be done for today, but I was able to hook this fence up just on the other side of this tree and run it down and around. I did have a holly tree that I was going to cut out, but I'm not going to do that just because of time constraints. As some of you guys know, I am coaching the Chicken Whisperers baseball team, so we got a game today. So we got this at least fenced up to the point where it matches up to the existing fence. So I'll coach his game today, and then I have to work tonight, so I won't have time to mess with it tonight. And hopefully tomorrow morning we can button this up. I have some of the fence still here, so I will run a straight line over and connect that into the new fence, which now runs all the way around, and open this up So the way that I try to do it is I butt it up to the existing here. So I'll open that up. These guys will come in. They'll start eating. There'll be plenty of stuff here for them to eat. So they will do that. And then that will give me time to throw some more straw in the hay wagon, pull the hay wagon up and set it up here. And all right, here we are next morning. And as you can see, these guys already know the routine. So they always line up on the fence when they know that I'm getting ready to open it and let them in. So that's what we're going to do next. We're going to go ahead. I'll go up here to the top, open this fence up, let these guys out on this fresh salad bar here. And then while they are busy eating all of that, I'll go ahead and take the hay wagon, hook it up to the tractor, and just pull it straight up. So these guys, when I move their wagon, it's like they have to check everything out. They have to smell everything. They have to make sure that I move all of their stuff like teenagers. Like, Dad, what'd you do with my stuff? Are you putting it in the right place? Is everything where it's supposed to be? Yes. And then I got Lily trying to get to the goats because she knows the fence is off right now because I'm in here. Smart shepherd. Shepherds are definitely a smart dog. So we're just getting the ramp set up for them. And then I'll bring their food bowls and all that up. I know that's what the goats are really looking for because they know they heard the little 262 start up. When they hear the 262 start up, they know that Dad's bringing them some food. What do you guys think? I got to put some more bedding in there, Rose, so don't get too mad at me. Look at Lily. Lily just wants to play. They don't want to play with her. Look at her. Listen to her. What's wrong, Lil? You can't come in here. Nope. Sorry. You think these guys know that I got their feed? Ready? There you go. Here you go, Myth. Myth. Hey. Yeah. All right, so while these guys eat their feed, I'll go ahead and talk about the contest on how to win this 1 pound bag of Grub Terra worms. So it's only for people in the 50 states of the United States. So sorry for any of my friends who live outside of the states, but this is not going to be for you. But if you live in the 50 states, you have a chance at this. Obviously, what you need to do is watch this video. If you could, give me a like on this video. And let's see, what is today? Today is April 28th. So let's give you guys until May 1st. So you have until May 1st at midnight, which is a Wednesday. You have till midnight to leave a comment with the word grub anywhere in the comment section. As I've done before, try to think outside the box and come up with different ways to incorporate grub in your comment. But that's what you got to do. So you have to comment between now and Wednesday, May 1st, before midnight of Wednesday, May 1st. And you have to incorporate the word grub, G-R-U-B, in your comment. And then I will use one of the random YouTube comment selectors to pick the winner. And if you are the winner, I'll contact you. We'll figure out your address and all that, and I will ship this out to you, or I will deliver this to you if you're local. So that's it. I know it's been a while since I've done a video, but as you guys saw, I had to do this in 2 days. Really doesn't take that long to do, but when I only have about 2 or 3 open hours, sometimes in a day or multiple times in a day to do stuff, something that really doesn't take that long to do, I have to break it up into 2 days. But as always, if you like this kind of stuff, make sure that you leave a like, comment, and incorporate the word grub. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, share with your friends, kind of help us out. You can also follow us along on Facebook and Instagram. I have been posting some videos here and there, but even that is sometimes hard to do. So, you guys good? As always, I'll see you on the next one.